Hard to believe, but 2025 is coming to an end, and we've got the proof. The December issue of Down East magazine is now out. Here to talk about some of what's in it is Editor-in-Chief Will Grunwald. Does this freak you out a little bit that we're talking about the last issue of the year?
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't feel like 2025 even happened.
I don't know. Something weird happened this year and it just raced by. But let's talk about what you have for your readers in this final issue. We're going to start with a profile of an illustrator named Jada Fitch, who lives in Addison. I had not been familiar with her work, but I think it's really cool.
Yeah, she does. She's a very talented illustrator. She's actually done some work for the magazine in the past, some really great stuff, and now she has a project all of her own out. It's a book called The Forest Revealed, and it's inspired by her time in the woods around her home and the journals she kind of recorded what she saw.
Yeah, she does plants and animals and does them in a really lovely way.
Yeah, it's and the book itself is sort of like one part coffee table book, one part field guide. There are naturalist notes throughout it. It's I think it's a pretty handy resource and a beautiful thing to look at, and especially this time of year, probably something that's like fairly giftable.
Well said. Another article in this issue takes a look at saunas in Maine. Saunas have been around for a long time. People have had them, but they haven't really been available to the public as places that one can visit until the last few years, where there's been sort of this mini explosion of saunas.
Yeah, right, and that's been happening, I mean, very visibly throughout Maine, I think, both fixed location traditional saunas and these mobile ones that are rolling around all over the place. And it's a trend that's kind of played out across the country, but Maine has sort of a unique position, I think, in relation to saunas.
Well, saunas work well in a cold climate, so that helps us better than it would be in, say, Florida or Alabama.
Right. There's a reason that this tradition started in the Nordic and Scandinavian countries, right? We have the right climate for it, and we also have kind of a longer history with it than most people because of the wave of Finnish immigrants who came to Maine in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And brought saunas with them.
And I had no idea. This is one of the facts from the article. More than a dozen places that one can go to have opened in Maine if you want to go check out a sauna. So there's good information here. Let's end with the 11th annual Reader Photo Contest that the magazine puts on. A number of winners. We haven't taken any of the first place winners, but we're going to give people just a little sense of what you've got. We begin with a photo that came in as runner-up in the landscape category, although it's actually a seascape, a beautiful shot by Norris Thompson taken in Port Clyde.
Yeah, that's right. It's a really sort of moody, dramatic, gorgeous scene. And I think of if Ansel Adams, who did do a little work in Maine, but not a lot, this is the kind of shot he would have been after, I think.
Absolutely. The play of light and shadow and the natural elements, just a photo that you're going to want to look at for a long time.
Definitely.
Another photo, this one was in the Reader's Choice category, won the Reader's Choice Award. Steve St. Lawrence took it in Falmouth, a really unusual photo of egrets.
Yeah, he caught this amazing moment when two egrets were apparently fighting over a mate, and their wings are fully out, feathers are kind of flying, and so it's just a great shot. And on top of that, I love the fact that I think it was taken in one of those marshes you see as you cruise down 295 through Falmouth. So it's sort of a reminder just that in Maine you don't really have to go hunting for amazing things happening there, and you just have to keep your eyes open.
Just be attentive, because I think he was actually driving when he saw some activity, jumped out and got that shot, which is great. Let's end with another one that's a runner-up. This is in the lifestyle category. I hope I get his name right. Brett Schneider, with a photo of, this is such a classic Maine look, a man and his rowboat in Sorrento.
Classic is definitely the right word for it. There's not much in that photograph to suggest that it wasn't taken in 1920, right? Except for maybe fiberglass hulls on some of those boats. It's just got an absolute timelessness to it, and it's beautiful to look at.
All right, that and more, all in the December issue. Will Grunwald from Down East, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Stick around. Back with more of 207 right after this.